All right, cool. So we'll go ahead and get started with the statement from Coach Barnes, and then we'll move into questions. We continue to use the raise hand function just so things run smoothly. Coach?
Yeah, today, not not the prettiest game, not the prettiest weekend for Arizona women's basketball, but credit to Washington State. I thought, they came out and really played us a lot of confidence. They shot the ball well. They were extremely comfortable from the get-go, and they outplayed us. I thought that we responded a little bit in the third quarter, but too little, too late. And we just, if you don't come to the game with a certain mentality, you're going to lose in the Pac-12. And the result of how we played is us losing today.
Troy?
Coach, it seemed that Kate might have dislocated her shoulder on that play. Any injury update on her?
Yeah, dislocated her shoulder, but nothing's, torn or broken or anything. So that's a great thing. Just because the time being out is significantly less. But, we're going to see how she's going to be very sore. It's her first time dislocating her shoulder. And that was, pretty devastating for me. I've never seen that before. So going next to her and she's in excruciating pain. It was scary. So that kind of shook me a little bit. But Kate's just so important for this team in every single way. So obviously when she went down, that was a huge dagger. But now it's time. We lost today. We need Kate, and we have to wait and kind of maintain till she comes back. And we need some other people to step up right now. And I think that's what good teams do. Other people find ways to step up when some of their best players are out.
And then Sam mentioned that she felt that as a team, you guys didn't play Arizona brand of quality defense. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this weekend we didn't play good defense at all. I think we're very comfortable right now, not making other teams uncomfortable, and just giving up too many open threes, not in the right positioning. So they definitely have to be a lot more focused and just ready. And that's something that we can do, but can't start off the game not mentally locked in. And paying attention to the scout because we know who does what. We all scout a lot. And we all are very prepared, but we have to be able to apply that on the court. And I just felt like Friday, similar thing. Didn't have a great game. Had a great defensive first half, letting Washington score 7, but then second half just got a little relaxed in the fourth quarter. And I think today, we didn't have a great defensive effort. And credit to Washington, they came out and they played well offensively and made it hard for us. So we just got to get back into the basics and do some things better.
PJ?
Yeah, on that play with Kate when she went down, it happened so fast, I didn't see it. Did you see sort of what happened on that play?
Yeah, it looked like I didn't see exactly what happened with her shoulder, but it looked like there was a player right underneath her and kind of two players, and she jump stopped. And I don't know how the contact makes. I haven't seen the film yet, but yeah, it was. But honestly, out of all things, for it to be just her shoulder pop out and pop back in, that was the best thing that could have happened. With Kate's tough and went down. So usually, when someone goes down, it's usually pretty devastating. So thank God, knock on wood, that it wasn't something career ending or not career ending. This season ending. So.
And when she goes down like that, I know that it's hard for everyone around, for those 5 players who have to go back on the court. How do you think that sort of, I know they have a job to do and they have to continue to play the game, but just as people and as teammates, how did that affect them?
Well, it just did because, Kate's one of our best players and she's someone we go to inside. We go to, look for scoring and intensity and rebounding and stuff. So I think it just shakes the team. And Sam, kind of got her ankle landed on. So those are things that happen in games. So I think being a good basketball team is then someone else coming in and stepping up. And I thought we maintained and we did some good things and made it a game, but didn't do things enough until late. And so, but now we have to adjust. And that's what it's all about. We play in a couple of days, so we got to adjust. Someone else has to step up. And that's the great thing about having depth. You can do that. But now we have to do that, and we have to apply that. So we'll see who's ready to step up and how this team rallies together to finish out the season strong. We've worked too hard to just kind of lay down right now.
Javier?
Hey, Adia. A lot of people are just wondering how Kate is doing. I mean, how was she in the locker room after the game with you guys? Just her spirits. I mean, how is she doing?
Yeah, she's never really had an injury. I mean, Kate's been here for a long time and she's never missed anything or had anything. So I think it's scary. I think it's just, it's never happened to her. So, and like Shayna was there to give her support because Shayna's dislocated her shoulder multiple times. So your first, it's always a little bit more sore. When she left the court, I didn't see her again until we were in the locker room because she went to x-rays and saw the orthopedic surgeon. So the great thing is that Washington State was very nice to lend us those services and have someone on hand. So that was extremely helpful for us. So we already have her in a sling and everything. So she's going to be okay. And the great thing is there's nothing bad that happened there, nothing torn. So that's great news for us because we're moving towards the most important part of our season. But her spirits are, she's a little sad. Obviously, we lost the game. She's sad, but she's fine.
And do you harbor hope that she could return? How, I don't know the length of an injury like that, or what you were told
Yeah,
about
not long. Obviously, I'm not going to go rush her in a couple of days, but
that. Right.
I would say a very, very optimistic about the Pac-12 tournament. And the great thing is, if the timing I told her just now, the timing couldn't have been better if this was going to happen because right now, last 2 home games, and we're at home. We'll have 10,000 people plus, great momentum playing at home. And then we have a little bit of time in between the Pac-12 tournament. Hopefully, if we continue to win a couple games, we can have a bye. And so it just buys us time. And so that's like 10, 11 days. So there's a good chance that she can only be out maybe a week, maybe less, because there's nothing else damaged. So hopefully get her to the Pac-12 tournament. And I won't play her unless she's ready and she can play, because for me, I'm looking big picture. If we take care of business, do well in the Pac-12 tournament, we're going to be in a great position to possibly host and go to the NCAA tournament. So that would be I really need her for that. We need Kate. So, but at least we have time, at this period. During this
Thank you.
period.
Kim?
So you guys shot well, but you talked about the defense. How do you get the balance between the two?
I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. I have no idea because I have not been able to figure that out. Because we scored 67 points. That's plenty of points, but we can't be on the road and let a team shoot 54% from 2, 56% from 3, and 92% from free throws. We can't do that and win games. So we have to defend better, and we have to start with better intensity and maintain it after halftime, because teams are really showing up to play us. I mean, we're number 8 in the country. Obviously won't be now, but and we're a good team that has wins and plays good basketball. So people are pumped up to play us. So we have to be able to step up and respond and understand that every game in the Pac-12 is extremely important. It doesn't matter what anybody's record is. It doesn't matter any situation. You got to come out and play. And I think we're learning that. We had a small taste of the lesson on Friday, and then but it was the similar thing on Sunday. So it's kind of where we're at. I think across the board, across the country, this time of year, players kind of hit a wall. A season's kind of long at this point. You're kind of just finished, testing, and you're at the end of the Pac-12 season. You still have the tournament. You still have the Pac-12 tournament. Then you have the NCAA tournament. So mentally, this is always that time when there's that block, and you're seeing it. I'm seeing with friends across the country that are going through similar things. And I think that's why you see so many upsets right now. So we have to figure out how to not be in the same situation as we were last year, and how to kind of handle the adversity and figure it out. Just like we did last year after the Pac-12 tournament. We need to do that now.
Sure.
Yeah, Coy and Maddie had both had, really decent games and gave you a spark off the bench today. And, now this seems to be, I know Friday's game was a little different, but, those two seem to be, coming through for you when you need it. What do you say about that? Yeah.
Well, Maddie's been great because Maddie gives us a shooter coming in off the bench. I think she's been solid, doing some great things. And Coy brought us some energy and drove to the rim. I did some really, really good things today and helped us stay in the game. So those two off the bench, I think, have been great. And it's great if we can get consistent rotation and continue to have them do that. I thought Helena, she played a pretty good game. She only had 6 points, but she had some really important points. She was perfect from the field. No turnovers. She continues to be solid for us and find a way to help us. and she's extremely valuable. I think it'd be great next week when we get we get Araya back. So Araya to give us another presence inside, and Samaje back. So getting them back inside will really help, especially, with Kate possibly being out this week.
Any more questions for Coach Barnes?
And what's going on with Samaje?
Well, Samaje I decided she didn't travel this trip, but she'll be back next week. So, yeah.
Any more questions for Coach? Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Take care,
Thanks,
Adia.
Adia.
Bye. Thank you.
So Sam, can you just take us through that final quarter and what you saw on the court?
I think Sam might be frozen. One sec.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Sam, can you hear us
Yeah.
now? Everything good?
my internet is unstable, it just told me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I might have fixed it.
All right, cool. IT wizard as well as defensive
Yeah, you already
superstar.
know. And an intern, it's fine. I do it
Yeah,
all.
light work for Sam Thomas. All right, Troy, if you want to go ahead and repeat your question.
Yeah, Sam, can you just take us through that final quarter and what you saw on the court?
Yeah, I think in the final quarter, we just kind of, I don't want to say gave up, but Washington State definitely punched us in the face. They definitely wanted it more. They kept fighting, and I feel like we just kept taking those punches without getting a turnaround. We kind of did with like 2 minutes left in the game, but at that time they had the hot hands, they had the hot shooters, and they had the momentum.
PJ?
Yeah,
PJ?
Sam. Yes, Sam. What happened on the play where you got hurt and you came out? That looked like a pretty brutal play right there.
Yeah, I was boxing out Charlize. I was trying to, and then it's, one of those scenarios where, she jumps up and I undercut her. So I felt myself undercutting her. So I tried to fall to the ground to like release her fall a little bit. And then my leg just accidentally released her fall. So she just landed on my leg. It was a little bit more scary, and then it did hurt. So just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Javier?
Hey, Sam, with what happened to Kate, I mean, how are you guys responding to that? What was it like in the post-game locker room, et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely just wanted to make sure she was okay. She's doing fine right now. So definitely just want to make sure she's okay. It was definitely sad to see her go down in the game, and obviously after in the locker room, but we know that we just have to keep fighting, and the next person has to step up. So definitely will be praying for her.
Kim?
You guys, even with that loss of Kate, you still managed 22 points in that final quarter. How do you guys go forward? How does that help you?
I think we just have to have those fourth quarters in the beginning of the game and then have it last throughout the whole game. I think we've kind of been having slow starts, or kind of, playing with the teams that we're playing against a little bit, seeing what they can give us. I think when we just need to be the attacker instead and just play Arizona basketball, and then that will get us far. It's what got us far last year. It's what helped us in the beginning of the season. So I think just not really relying on the other team to make the first move instead of us attacking.
Any more questions for Sam? PJ?
Yes, Sam, when I noticed that you became even more aggressive after Kate went down, and how hard is it for you to see your teammate and your close friend like that go down? I know earlier in the year it was Lauren, and I get that this happens and your job is to keep playing. But as a teammate, how hard is that, and especially in that moment?
Yeah, definitely. It's tough to see it, especially with Kay. She's kind of like my ride or die. We've been here the longest together. She's been my roommate for the past 3 years. I feel like I know her and she knows me so well. So I just knew once everything happened, I kind of like felt like I felt her pain for her, because I just felt so bad for what she was going through. I know she's strong and she'll be back, but I just felt really bad for her. So I tried to, turn the game around for her, but just couldn't get the job done at the end of the day.
Troy?
After the game, what did Coach Barnes have to say to you guys?
Yeah, she basically just mentioned that Sorry, let me know if my Wi-Fi goes down. This thing just gave me a little notification. She just mentioned that kind of the same thing I said earlier. We have to be the attacker. We can't wait. We've kind of been, not playing Arizona defense, not really running our offense either. We're kind of taking the shots that the defense wants us to take. So we just have to come together and turn around. We have a fast turnaround. We play on Thursday, Saturday this week, so it's a little different for us. So against two really good teams, UCLA, then obviously we want to avenge our loss against USC. So hopefully we can just turn around and have more, positive vibes back in McHale.
Any more questions for Sam? Awesome. Thank you, Sam.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.